as well as chemical parts which carried from raw material from sugar cane to sugar. How produces the sugar from sugar cane? That process we have to see in live, as well as parallelly we have to also see the live working of all technical parts of that, all machineries from input side to output side, as well as we have to consider another thing, that is the chemical department. It has a different a separate chemistry department. On that chemistry department, they take the different test of the how crystallizing sugar, their properties of boiled and raw juice, as well as some molasses tests are carried on that chemistry department. After that, we will at last end of that visit, we will visit to the chemistry department. Okay, now I will turn on my camera and I will show all the sections of that sugar factory. When I enter inside of that sugar factory, then that time my voice may be fluctuate, or maybe will not come properly, so that you try to understand. And if you have any kind of doubt, then you can ask at the end of this virtual visit. And if you have any kind of any middle, then that time your voice will not come to me. Then that time you can ask any kind of doubt regarding this visit, then end of this visit. Now I turn on my camera, front camera. Actually, see, actually, I am outside of this industry. That is just the sugar factory. See this is the front main gate of this sugar factory. There is a main gate. On that main gate, there is a weight bridge. On that weight bridge, we cutted sugar juice on the vehicles. It may be truck or trolleys. It comes here, and that will be lifted by using the some cranes, and which are drive by the some different AC motors. We have a 250 HP horsepower of motors. By using that, it lifted the juice by using this crane. See, this is the sugar canes which are falls on the this feeder of that sugar carriers, and that drop the sugar cane which are on the feeding feeder, which are cutted into a small pieces. See, there is that is called as sugar cane crusher. Sugar cane crusher that crushes the sugar into a small pieces, and that roller mill which are driven by a 250 of DC motor, which are backside of these technical parts. And these all the processed sugar cane which are come towards the next side of that industry. Now I entered inside of this sugar factory. See, there is so different mills which are carried out, which are the comes juice which first come towards the milling section. On that milling section, the different mills are used to crush the sugar cane, and it extract the juice. It extracts the juice from sugar cane by using the three different mills. See, there is three different mills. There is one mill, another one is second one is here, third one is on this side. There are three different mills. By using three different mills, they
Sir,
they
Gogule sir,
extract the juice
Gogule
from
sir,
the sugar cane.
Gogule sir, कॅमेरा लँडस्केपला करा ना.
Sorry, ma'am.
लँडस्केपला करा ना कॅमेरा तुमचा.
Okay, display the property. Okay. Ah.
Yes sir.
Okay. There are three different mills. There is one mill, another one is second, and third one is this side. By using three different mills, they they extract the juice from the sugar cane, and these all the mills which are driven by the some steam turbines, and that steam turbines which are run by the steams which are generated into a boiler section of the steel. See, there is a extraction of juice, and see there is falling of juice, sugar juice here. There is falling of sugar juice by crushing the sugar cane here on that drum. On that drum there is a raw juice here, and which are pumped by using this pump, and which goes in next process towards the vacuum tank. There is that raw juice is go towards the next part, that is the boiling section of the juice. This is the raw juice which are extracted by using the milk section. By using this is the roll crusher. See, this is called as the roll crusher, roll sugarcane crusher. By using that crushing, they extract the juice from sugarcane, and which are stored into this barrel, and after that, by using that barrel, they continuously pump that sugar juice, raw sugar juice, towards the boiling section of the sugarcane. Now I move towards the some technical some part of the. There is a different wind sections on that different wheels which are driven by the steam turbine. One, two, and another one is three. Three wheels which are driven by this steam turbine. That steam turbine which are run by the steam coming pipe from the boiler section, and with the speed of that steam turbine which are adjusted by using the gearbox, and now after that that connection is given to the milling section of this of that sugar cane. These raw waste materials which are dropped there, that is called as the bagasse of the sugar juice. Now we move towards the boiling section or a boiler section of the sugar factory. Now there is the continuously pumping of that sugar juice into that barrel, and which are continuously pumped towards the vacuum pan by using the 50 HP of AC motors, and which are continuously passes in forward direction of that sugar juice. See, there is a three different mills, and raw juice is stored into that tank, and which are pumped using this AC motor, and by using that pumping, see, there is 10-inch of pipe. By using that pipe, which are pumped that motors in forward direction, and there is one mill, another mill. See, there is roll crusher. By using that, after that they spray the hot water to extracting the 95% of juice from the sugar cane, and all the rollers and juice tank, the pump the all the juice in forward directions of the vacuum pans by using these different motors, and these motors which are driven by this control panel of this sugar juice. Now we come towards the after extraction of the juice from the sugar cane, the raw material is the called as bagasse. That bagasse is the byproduct of sugar factory. See, there is a bagasse. This is the waste material dropped from upper side of that sugar factory, and which are dropped into that rack elevator, and which move towards the boiler section. See, there is a boiler section. On that boiler section, all the bagasses which are moved in forward directions, and which go towards the boiling section of the sugar factory. The main fuel of that boiler is bagasse, and some part of that bagasse which are used as a fuel in the boiling section or the boiler section. See, and remaining bagasse which are dropped at outside of the sugar factory. See, all the bagasses which are moved in upward direction. All the bagasses which are in upward direction on the boiling section. The boiling section. On the boiling section, there is boiler section. There are two boilers are used in the sugar factory to generate the steam by using the bagasse as a fuel. see, there is boiler one. It is the boiler one, and another one is a boiler number two. This is the boiler number two, boiler number one, and boiler number two, and these three are the feeders to as a fuel of gas which are provided to the boiler 1 and 2. And upper side of that boiler there is some sensors and control valves. Whatever readings which are senses by the sensors and control valves, which all are displayed on the screen. See, this is screen, all the connections of that sensors and control valves which are given to that control panel, PLC control panel, and that PLC control panel connections which are given the screen. See, there is a steam, water, pressure and level. There is different levels of that steam, water coming in the boiler as well as pressure in the boiler for boiler number 1, and another one is boiler number 2. There are two boilers are used in the sugar factory. That is boiler number 1 which for this boiler section, and this is boiler number 1 reading for this boiling section. Okay, there is some different set points. By using these different set points, they storage the steam. See, there is a pipe which are on that back side, which are having the steam which goes towards the power section of the steam turbine, which goes towards the power section of the sugar factory. See, that steam pipe came here from the boiling section. That boiler section, that pipe, big pipe came here. That is the steam pipe which go in upward direction of that powerhouse of that sugar factory. Sugar factory drives all the machineries on the electricity generated by own in boiler house of the sugar factory. This is the powerhouse of the sugar factory. This is the power factory. This is the powerhouse. That steam pipe coming from the boiling section which move towards the steam turbine. There is a steam turbine. The high pressure of steams coming from the boiling section which strikes on the threaded blades on the steam turbine. Due to that steam turbine start rotating up to 6,000 of RPM. By using gearbox, we reduces the speed of that steam turbine, and we only take the 1500 RPM of supply rotations, and which are given to this the alternator. This is the alternator. Basically, that alternator is a electromechanical device. That means what? It converts that mechanical energy into electrical energy, and the rotating shaft, at the end of shaft there is a steady magnetic field, and a steady magnetic field which rotates in a moving electric field. Then that time it produces the electromotive force inside of that alternator. That means it produces the alternating current, AC pure AC alternating current of 2500 of kilowatt of electricity by using this powerhouse and alternator of this sugar factory. The generated power from this alternator and steam turbine which are live here. See, here is the ampere, volt and power factor of this sugar factory. See, there is ampere. That means the almost 2500 kilowatt of electricity generated by using this alternator, and pure 440 volt of power is generated by using this. That means the 440 is the pure voltage which are used to drive the high voltage of the motors from 2 HP to 250 HP of motors by using the pure generated voltage by using this alternator. And this is the first power factor of that generated electricity. And this is the power distribution panel. On that power distribution panel, there are the different machineries. There is sugar crystallizer, sugar house, curing house. There is a main boiling house. All these sections, electricity will go from all these sections. And if you want to on and off, you can on and off the supply coming to all the sections from here. And there is main supply from MSCB. There is one supply coming from the MSCB. That MSCB supply of the which are only used for emergency purposes. If there is any cause, abnormal conditions, if that powerhouse fails to generate the electricity, then that time that MACB supply will use in emergency purposes. Apart from this powerhouse, there is two energy sources of electricity. There is two diesel generators which are used to generate the electricity, and only it used for the emergency purposes. These two generators are not able to generate the high voltages, and as well as not able to generate drive the all machineries, but only for emergency purposes we can use. And there is one voltage regulator. By using that voltage regulator, we can regulate the voltage generated in from that power section. This is the powerhouse of that sugar factory. The steam coming from this boiler section, which are strikes on the threaded blades of the steam turbine, and due to that it starts moving up to the 6000 of RPM, and the connection of the steam turbine is given to the gearbox. By using the gearbox, we reduces the speed of that steam turbine, and it only rotates up to 1500, and the connection gives to alternator, and it generated the electricity. Now we come towards the some raw water, hot water, and some standby motors in short here. See, here is so many motors which are used in for pumping of hot and cold, and hot and cold raw juice from by using two motors. There is two motors. One is on that side, another one is side. One is in working, another is not working. That means that is called as standby motor, and that connection of that by given to that control panel. By using that control panel, that control the all the motors. There is written on that control panel: hot water pump, mud, and clear juice, hot juice, raw juice. For that all pumping procedures, we use the different machines to that pump out and in the juice and hot water. See here the waste materials, waste materials coming from the sulfur dioxide adding on that section. There is addition of sulfur dioxide in the boiled juice, and the raw materials coming from that boiled juice. Boiled juice. All the motors here used, all the motor sections which are used here only for the pumping of hot and cold water, as well as hot and cold juice of the sugar factory. Now we move towards the boiling section. Boiling section of the sugar factory. That means that raw juice coming from the milling house, which are boiled up to 105 degrees Celsius, and after that it changes the viscosity of that juice, and after that they will pump upward direction of the vacuum tube. Vacuum tube. Okay, now we will see the boiling section. Now we came here boiling section. See here, this is the evaporator. There is a boiling of juice. Boiling of juice here. Boiling of juice is seen here. There are two indicators, 1, 2, and 3. If the viscosity of that sugar change, which reaches at the higher level, then that time that goes towards the vacuum pans. Here, boiling of juice here. Here is same also. There is a boiling of juice. Boiling of juice coming from the raw materials or raw juice here, and after that the viscosity of that boiled juice will change, and after that it will go for the addition of sulfur dioxide inside of that hot boiled juice. See, there is a boiling of juice in different evaporators or boiling sections. There is also boiling of juice inside of that container, inside of container, and the viscosity will changes. See, there is a formation of sugar crystals and addition of syrup on that boiled juice. Here there is a pressure gauge indicator and pressure indicator. There is continuously boiling of sugar juice, and after it will goes to the next process here, and after that at particular viscosity of that juice it goes to the addition of sulfur dioxide inside of that boiled juice on the next section. Now we will see the how add the sulfur dioxide inside of sugar juice of the this boiled juice of that sugar factory. See, there is addition of sulfur here. This is the sulfur here, which are used which are used in the boiled juice to changes the viscosity and for clarification of that boiled juice. This process addition of sulfur dioxide inside the boiled juice, that process is called as sulfitation. That process is called as sulfitation, and before that that raw juice will clarify. That clarification is done by using the addition of carbon dioxide. That process is called as carbonation, and the purification of the juice is called as the purification of the juice. When the juice will purify, then that time at the bottom of that juice there will be the mud will remaining. That is the waste and byproduct of sugar factory, and that mud will pass to that roller and it will remove, and it will throw back side of that sugar factory, and that mud is used as this is the byproduct of sugar factory, and it is used as a fertilizer. It is used as a fertilizer. It is used as a fertilizer for the sugar factory. See, here is a one truck trolley is dropping on that trolley of the sugar factory. This is the used as a fertilizer, and that treated juice again goes in the forward direction towards the to take the pH of that boiling section. There is here there is continuously coming the juice from here by addition of sulfur dioxide. There two tests are will be done by using this litmus paper. There is a litmus paper here. Litmus paper. Litmus paper test will be done by using this two. See, there is a litmus paper test. Okay. Normal. Okay, see here. This is the treated juice. That litmus paper becomes blue, and for neutral there is no addition of sulfur dioxide. There is no addition of sulfur dioxide. Then there is no any change of color in the litmus paper, and addition of that sulfur dioxide. There is the color of that litmus paper become blue. By using this to test, by using this litmus paper, and after that it will stored in this big container, and it will heated up to particular temperature, and that boiled juice reaches the particular desired viscosity. Then that time that will go in the upward direction of the vacuum pans for the crystallizing of sugar. After treating of that this section, it will go for the crystallization of sugar. Now we move towards the upward direction of that sugar in vacuum pans. In vacuum pans, there is a start crystallizing sugars of the vacuum pans. It is in upward direction. We will go there. See, now we reaches at the vacuum pans. This is the vacuum pans. On that vacuum pans, there is a continuously checking the how sugar start crystallizing inside of that vacuum pans. This is the vacuum pans on which that the boiled juice are used, and after this using the balls, we add some molasses inside of that boiled juice, and after that, by using the outlet, we use the taste of that how sugar start crystallizing. Sir, please kindly show. That sir will show the how that sugar cane will see here, see here, see here. Okay. They will show how that sugar formation of sugar crystals in boiled juice. Formation of sugar crystals. See here. There is a formation of sugar crystals inside the juice. Right? There is formation of sugar crystals inside the juice, and after that, some molecules, unwanted particles will removed, and it will go backside of that sugar factory. That is out of Karnataka. पुढचं एक दाखवायचे. हा. पुढचे लास्ट वन हा. So that means that on that test there is sugars are start crystallizing, and it produces the crystals inside the sugar crystals. इथे कोणती आहे का इथे आहे का कोणती खाली सॅम्पल नेलेत का आता हा नाही का बरं केमिस्ट्री हा साहेब बरं ठीक आहे इथे जातो बघ इथं जरा जास्त पाठी ना ओके दिस इज द final stage of that vacuum pans. On that that sugar crystal reaches a standard size. See that sugar crystals are reaches its standard size. Once it reaches its standard size, then it will drop into a centrifugal section. See here, there is a formation of sugar crystals. There is formation of sugar crystals, and it reaches its standard size. Then that time it will drop into a sugar centrifugal section. In centrifugal section, there will be done hot spray of hot water to remove the moistures and of the sugars and molasses of that sugar. Now we move towards the centrifugal section of this sugar factory. Centrifugal section. See, there is a boiled juice here which are treated in different sections. We move towards the centrifugal section. On that centrifugal section, the standard size of sugar crystals of boiled juice which are dropped into centrifugal section. In centrifugal section, there will be done of spray of hot water, and after adding spray of hot water in centrifugal section, there will be a remove of moistures from the sugar crystals. See, there is a centrifugal section. See, there is this is centrifugal section. This is the centrifugal section. On that centrifugal section, there is spray of hot water on that molasses to remove the moisture, and after that the sugar will drop into that rack. Right now that not dropping of that sugar here. After some time that sugar from the centrifugal section will drop in this track, and after that it will drop at the output side, and it will pack by using the different bags of the 50 kg of bag, and by using that conveyor belt it will move towards the go down section of the sugar panel. And these all the sections, centrifugal section, which are drive by using this control panel, and by control panel all the connections of that motor which are given to that all the control panels, and this all sections from this side to this side is called as sugar crystallizer. This from this side to this side is called as sugar crystallizer. See, there is some dropping of the sugar juice on that container. Now we move towards the one small chemistry lab to taking the different samples of the sugar juice for the purpose of to checking the properties and how to crystallizing sugar inside of that. See, there is a chemistry lab to check the different products of the lab. Okay. Huh? Thank you. Sample and na. Okay, this is the chemistry lab, chemistry department of the sugar factory. We have seen the all the juice. That means the juice are processed into so many steps. It may be raw. After that clarification, it will boil, and after that they will take different tests by in this lab. That is the chemistry lab. Chemistry lab. This is one worker. They will show the all the tests happen in this lab. हा. हा? हा, मराठीत सांगा.
त्या ठिकाणी
हा.
सॅम्पल आलेले असतात ना
हा.
ते सगळे वेट केले जाते.
हा. Okay, all the samples coming from here, they will first wait by using this electronic weighting machine, and after that,
चेक केला जातो.
okay, pH will check by using this machine, pH of hot and cold what juice of that boiling section, and after that,
बघितला जातो या ठिकाणी.
huh?
ब्रिक्स बघितला जातो.
Bricks. अच्छा, bricks म्हणजे? Okay, after that, by using this testing tubes, the brick and viscosity of that boiled juice are will be checked by using this uh, test tubes, and after that there is so many thermometers. Thermometers are used to check the temperature of hot and cold juice by using these thermometers, and after that thermometers, there is a different test. Huh? Coal. Okay, that means that the special after the boiling the juice and addition of sulfur dioxide, there will be done of special analysis of that boiled juice, and they will check the they reaches that boiled juice in a standard pH or not, and by using these steps, and after that there is. Huh? Okay, after once sugar reaches its standard size, then that time sugar will test here it reaches its standard size or not, and it will reaches its standard properties or not, and they will check after centrifugal section, and it reaches its standard size and standard properties. Then that time it will move towards the in output side of that sugar factory, and it will drop into that bags of sugar factory. There is at the output side there is two types of the sugars. There is one standard size of sugar, and another one is powder form of sugar. They will separate by using the separators, and standard size of sugar will are packed into the sugar bags, and we it will move in the go down section. Okay. अजून what else?
शुगर कुठल्या प्रकारे झालेली दाखवते ना ते.
Okay. Okay. There is some different liquids and chemicals. By using these chemicals, they check the different stages of boiled and cold juice of that sugar canes, and they check the properties as well as pH of that sugar juice. And every half hour, they take the sample from that boiling section and vacuum pass for that purpose of to check the pH and some standard properties of that boiled juice. Okay. Which case? Okay, sugar taste. There is one. They have taken this one sample of that juice. They have added a. Huh?
पाणी आहे ना हे करायचं.
Okay, they added some chemical parts on that sugar. White colors. See, it becomes in white color, and after that they added some acidic part on that test tubes, acidic parts, and after that, see, after acidic addition of acidic part, see, there is reactions are in progress of that tube. See, at the bottom there is one sticky part that is called as molasses. That is called as molasses, and that molasses is the byproduct of sugar factory, and all the crystals are in upper side of this tube, upper side of this tube, and by using this test, they they done the testing of that juice. See, at the bottom of that there is a one black color part that called as molasses, and that molasses is the byproduct of the sugar juice, and upper side is the that there is a crystals of sugars, that crystals of sugars, and that crystals of sugars which are dropped into a centrifugal sections, and in centrifugal section there is a spray of hot water, and after that hot water they remove the moistures from the sugar juice, and it will drop into the output side of that sugar factory. At the first initial stage in pure juice, there is the purification of juice will be done, and purification of juice by using the some normal test. That process is called as depication, and after that it will goes in forward direction, and after that it will boil up to 100 degrees Celsius, and by passing of carbon dioxide, and in that boiled juice, and after that it remove the carbonate part from that boiled juice, and that process is called as carbonation. That process is called as carbonation, and after that it will go in boiling sections for evaporations, and evaporations, after that it addition of sulfur dioxide. You have seen the live test of sulfur dioxide. The addition of sulfur in a boiled juice is called as sulfitation process. That is called as sulfitation process. In boiled juice there is a 85% of water. And when it boil in the vacuum pans by addition of molasses, then that time the 40% of water will remove. That process is called as dehydration. That process called as dehydration, and after that it reaches its viscosity in a standard size, and it will drop at the output side. See, this is the output side of that sugar factory. This is the output side of sugar factory, and the the sugar coming from that centrifugal section will drop here, and after that it will go in forward direction, and there is drop of final output sugar here, and after that they will pack the bags of 50 kg, and 50 kg of bags here, 50 kg, and after that we are carried out using this conveyor belt, and it will stored into that go down section. And there is two go downs, there is one go down, and here we have uh, after that we have visited to boiling section. We how to boil the juice, and how it changes the viscosity, how crystallizing the sugar inside the evaporators. And after addition of sulfur dioxide, after it goes to vacuum, and we have seen the how sugars are crystallizing. And after that we visited to chemical department and output section and go down. Okay, so this is the brick idea of that sugar factories. And uh, sugar factories uh, for chemi- uh, for chemistry students, for science students. We are not visited to chemistry department. When we visit, we keep the visit for the engineering students. And we newly visited to the chemistry departments, because science and especially, chemistry students are joined here. So that, so we will stop here of today's visit. And if you have any doubt or regarding of that chemical parts, then you can ask. Or if you have any kind of doubt regarding technical parts also, then you can ask us. There is so many students, and ma'am is also here. Ma'am, you have on to any doubt or questions asked to us. And so many students is also uh, Pratiksha, Alpana, Sneha Tiwari, so many students is there.
Students, if you have any doubt, you can post your question in the chat box or you can directly ask.
You have any questions asked to me, you can turn on your microphone, and you can ask. Or you can put in the message box also. There is so many students. And
Sir, one of the student asked,
anyone.
Almas
Okay,
Nadab. She asked why sulfur dioxide is added in the juice.
sorry.
Why
You were
sulfur
okay, okay,
dioxide
okay.
is added in the juice?
Okay, 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 okay. For purification, and it when added the sulfur dioxide, then it purified. And it extract the clear juice from that raw juice, and it remove the molasses and muds, as I shows. Mud is the byproduct of that sugar pit. It remove the mud and unwanted parts of that boiled juice. And so that we added the some sulfur dioxide. Then that time it reaches its property. And the main purpose of addition of sulfur dioxide is clarification.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Ah,
Myself Lakshmi Parmar. Sir, my question is,
good afternoon.
what is the exactly
Okay, huh.
viscosity? What is the exactly viscosity of standard solution?
What? Sorry,
What is the viscosity of
in chat
standard
box.
solution?
Okay, there is viscosity of that standard solution is uh, from that labs. Actually, I don't know that exactly viscosity of that. It according to that particular test, they decide in standard format. Actually, they set all the points on the evaporator and boiler sections to reach its the standard size and standard viscosity by using the expert team. And expert team, they decided its the standard value to reaches the standard property of that sugar crystals, and they only check the that particular level is whether reaches or not. And actually, I don't know exactly a value of that viscosity.
Okay, okay. It's okay, sir. I
Okay,
got my answer. Okay, sir.
okay. Thank you, Lakshmi. Anyone? Actually, at the output side, there is no dropping of sugar due to unavailability of sugars in centrifugal sections.